Hey, I'm Randy Younger, New York City's go to film enthusiast. Every week, I dive deep into the world of cinema with special guests from the New York City film scene. Whether I'm interviewing industry insiders or comparing the latest releases, there's always something for every movie lover. Join me as I explore the magic of film and discover what makes these movies unforgettable. Hey guys, I'm Randy Younger, and this is Under the Radar. And here we are, we're talking movies tonight, as usual. With me, as always, I have a lovely panel of guest critics. Here we are, Mr. Chris Clemente. Welcome back, sir.
Hello.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to
Uh,
see you, buddy.
yeah, man. And Tyler Michael, also back. Another gentleman and a scholar. So thank you, Tyler, for being here.
Oh, thank you, Randy. Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, that warms my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about tonight because we are unveiling hopefully the first of many in our Nicolas Cage discussion episodes, Rattling the Cage. Tonight we're going to be discussing three of Cage's films, some classics, some not. It really depends on how you feel about the particular film. The three films are, we've got, and they're all celebrating an anniversary, mind you. That is why I picked these three films. The first one is Firebirds from 1990, celebrating its 35th anniversary. Uh, After Firebirds, we're going to get into Leaving Las Vegas, which is celebrating its 30th anniversary. And we're going to close out the show with The Family Man, celebrating its 25th anniversary. So I thought it'd be very appropriate to go, in that progression, that kind of train of thought in Cage's filmography. So I want to just welcome everybody. Thank you, gentlemen. This is amazing. I always love having you on, especially when we're talking about one of my favorite actors. And real quick, how does Cage rank with you guys? Is he one of your favorites, or is he just kind of like an obscure thespian who you're casually into? But for me, he's on my top five favorite actors. I don't know about you guys, Tyler.
Um, if I may, I actually do like Cage. Like, I'm not really big on actors as I am with directors. That's more what I'm fascinated with. But I do like watching Nicolas Cage in almost anything he's in because he's one of those actors that will either give you a good performance or give you a crazy performance. He'll just be
Mhm.
utterly insane and be tuning up the scenery. And he works in both fields very well. He's like kind of like Christopher Walken in many ways. Like, even when he fails, he succeeds.
I see
You
that.
just look, and they're both very capable actors. So that's why I
Yeah.
love
Mm.
Cage so much.
You always know that you're going on for something unpredictable. It could be amazing, could be not so great, but still entertaining because
Right,
he can go
exactly.
he can go in really any direction, and it's a good one, I think. Chris, how about you? What's your relationship to Cage?
I have a deep relationship with Nick Cage. What can I say? I love this man. He's a great actor. And I love him not because I think he's the greatest actor in the world, although he kind of is. Every time I watch a movie, whether it's something that he's playing it a little bit more somber, or is something more bombastic, or something that is a blockbuster, or something that's indie. Like you said, it's unexpected. He is giving it his all, and what bleeds through with any performance that he does is his fandom for film. He is a Coppola, so he grew up, in the arts,
Right.
in the prestige kingdom of Francis Ford Coppola and his whole family. So like, and you could tell, like he's in it. He knows when to give it, but also the ensemble of the whole film, and when to let the script shine, when to let the director shine. And whether you like the movie or not, 100% he's always on top of his game. And I love him for that. So yes, after thinking about it even more, like, yeah, I would agree. He's probably in my top 10 of all-time favorite actors,
Right.
just because you know that he's going to give a great performance, and you're not going to know what type of performance it's going to be until you watch the movie. So yeah.
And you know what? You mentioned Coppola, the Coppola family. He is Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. Uh,
Mhm.
but you would think it's a bit of nepotism there, but it's not because his first movie,
No,
in all of his movies, pretty much, he gives it his all. Especially his first film, I believe, was Fast Times at Ridgemont High. His first leading role was in Valley Girl. And
Yep.
he just showed at an very early age, like he was a teenager, that he is capable and he doesn't need to be use that Coppola name. He shed the
Yeah.
Coppola name and
It
used Cage to be his own man and actor, and I really respect him for that.
yeah,
Likewise.
yeah, if I he out of any actor, I think, has such a unique range. Like it's funny because it's for me at least, it's hard to rank his films because they're
Hmm.
so vast. I
Right.
tend to put his performances in buckets,
Right.
and even his buckets or have sub buckets to them. Like he knows how to play the populist movie, he knows how to play the indie, but even within those two camps, like he gives different performances.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of be in a certain mood and certain headspace and in order to like kind of rank his films if that's even possible. Yeah.
Oh man, so many. I think
Mm.
there was one year he did like 8 movies. He's really a working.
Yeah, yeah. I
Right.
mean, he still is an A-list actor,
Yeah.
but he was like the guy at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sure. Yeah.
And so I want to kick things off, guys, with a military romantic drama action movie called Firebirds. And this is basically like a poor man's Top Gun. It's really
Yeah.
it's Top Gun with Apache helicopters. That's really all it is.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Um,
exactly
accurate.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
and it's funny because I mean I don't know if Tom Cruise is more charismatic or if Cage is because they're basically the same character here, and Cage in Firebirds is vying for the affections of a former lover. Tommy Lee Jones is his more distinguished captain, I think he is, who's basically training him to be the top gun, basically, of the Apache
Hmm.
helicopters in the Army. And I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's entertaining. It's watchable. I think I saw this first time when I was a kid on cable TV. It's one of those types, and
Hmm.
you know the I don't really have too many criticisms except that the dialogue between Cage and Sean Young is pretty laughable, and their romantic subplot is just really just ridiculous. And I did not buy it for 1 minute. I wanted more from Tommy Lee Jones. I wanted more interaction between him and Cage because they're both great actors. And when they're ever on screen together, it's really magic. And yeah, this movie, I mean, if you're a Cage completist, I totally recommend it. But if you're not, I would say just see Top Gun. I mean, I don't know about
Hmm.
you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about Firebirds. Tyler?
Well, Firebirds, when I found out this was under not exactly the Disney brand, but a studio owned by Disney,
Right.
and this was about the war on drugs, I had a feeling this would not live up to its expectations. Not that they can't do some serious dark films or balance the comedy with the drama, like something in, say, Good Morning Vietnam, for instance.
Oh yeah.
But this film is clearly trying to be Top Gun.
Mhm.
And this film to me is what Top Gun would have been if it was in the hands of a lesser good director.
Mhm.
Because in my opinion, you see, I don't think Top Gun is amazing. I'm going to be honest. I think it's a fun movie. And I think what makes, not what I think, what actually does make Top Gun stand out is the special effects, how it captures the jet airplanes, the rockin' soundtrack, the charismatic and fun performances from these cliched characters, but played by great actors. Here, everybody feels like they're sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Like they don't really
Hmm.
know, like they have an idea of how to play their character, but it's like the director's telling them, no, be bland. Don't
Right.
really care that much. Like actually be monotone. Like I stand by that Nicolas Cage is an entertaining actor, even in something bad. But I will admit, this is the most, well, not the most, actually. This is the least entertaining he's ever been by far for me, because
Yeah.
he really looks like he wants to do something, but he can't.
Yeah.
And he just acts like he doesn't give a crap half the time. The only time he ever has life is when he's in the flight simulator going like, I'm the greatest, I'm a greatest. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna be that Nicolas Cage, go all the way with it. Have
Yeah.
fun with it. And Tommy Lee Jones is the only actor that feels like he's really trying to go the extra mile, but even then he's like, I can do better stuff than this. I just want that paycheck. That's what it feels like to me. And Sean Young, oh my gosh, you just could cut her out and nothing would change. She really has nothing to work with.
No.
And like you said, the dialogue doesn't do them any favors whatsoever. Not to mention that even the action scenes in in this movie, are pretty dull.
Yeah.
Like incredibly boring, mainly due to the choppy editing and just the poor staging. And again, I think if this film went on a darker direction, maybe it would have been a little more interesting, but at the
No.
same time, it's not going to take any chances given the company that it's under. So,
And you know
Yeah.
what? I want to mention that some trivia here. The helicopter training aerial stunt sequences were designed by Richard T. Stevens, who also coordinated the visuals for Top Gun. So, but that did not really change things because the movie is still kind of subpar. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it has its moments. Like, yeah, the flight simulator stuff was pretty good. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. But
mhm,
we didn't have enough of that. We needed more of that
no,
cage at its cagiest. But yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
you know.
That
Uh,
that's that's well put. I like that. Cage's.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same as you guys. I think this, you said it perfectly, Randy. It's a poor man's Top Gun, and it really is. It's a testament of its time. It's a response to the success of Top Gun,
Right.
but it's not it. And it's clearly not it from the performances, from the cinematography. Tyler, you're absolutely correct. It does not come even close to the aerial shots and to the jet shots in Top Gun. There was some great pyrotechnics, some great blow ups and fire scenes,
Granted.
but nothing to call home over.
Right, right.
But with that said, you do see the the flame that will become Cage. Like
Yeah.
by the end of this decade, he will be the cagiest of cages. He will be the man on top. But so it's there. But like I agree with you, Tyler. Like he goes a little bit over the edge with that simulator scene. I am the best, like you guys are mentioning. But, he then, kind of stands back to Tommy Lee Jones in certain scenes. So he's not quite there yet. But there's reminiscence of greatness, in his performance, but it's just not there yet. Unfortunately, his performance took a second hand to the action
Right.
that, the director wanted
Exactly.
it to be like Top Gun, but it falls short, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Well,
Very short.
Yeah.
I totally agree with all
And
that.
and honestly, Randy, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say this right now. I haven't done too many, so many shows with you, but I will say this.
Yeah.
This is I still think Speed 2 is the worst film I reviewed on the show, but this is the second to worst because again,
That
it's
was,
just really
yeah.
boring for me.
But I don't know if
There's
I
just
would.
nothing to get out of that.
I don't know if I would lump Firebirds in with Speed 2 per se, but
No,
they're
Oh no,
kind of
Speed 2
close. They're kind
is
of
the
close.
worst movie.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right,
I'm just
gentlemen.
no.
saying this is the second worst for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I say if you love Cage, if you want to see everything he's ever done, see Firebirds. If you want a better aerial action movie, Top Gun is your movie, not this one. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I would lump that with like me and a couple of my buddies. We like to watch bad movies. Like we like to watch
Same.
we like to watch B movies from the 80s and 90s, and this could
Yeah.
easily be one of those nights. Like you just got to take it for what it's worth. Take it for the action, take it for the campiness, and just
have fun.
let it be. Let it
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
And now we're going to get into a movie that's not really fun at all. We're going to fast forward 5 years to 1995, and we have the extremely depressing Leaving Las Vegas, which earned Cage his first and only Oscar so far for Best Leading Actor. And this movie is it's very dark. It follows a former screenwriter who he's lost his wife, he's lost his job, and he turns to alcohol. And now he's basically slipped into a deep depression and wants to commit suicide by drinking himself to death. And along the way in Vegas, he meets a prostitute played by Elizabeth Shue, and they form kind of an unlikely romance slash friendship. And this is a fantastic movie. Uh, Cage definitely deserved his Oscar, and it's just a very dark take on alcoholism, very honest, very raw, and it's a hard watch. I remember seeing this. I think I saw it when I was in high school. But I loved the performances. I loved how human all the characters were. Cage and Shu's chemistry is really perfect. Julian
Mm.
Sands the late Julian Sands is in it too. He plays Elizabeth Shu's character's pimp, and there's some other actually really interesting cameos and supporting roles as well. I'm going to get into in a minute. But yeah, Leaving Las Vegas, this is one of the best movies that tackles alcoholism, I think, if not the best. And there's a lot of other good ones out there, of course. But Chris, I want to hear from you. Leaving Las Vegas, thoughts, sir?
Oh boy. I I really like this movie. I really, really like this movie. I don't know if I love this movie. And I might be an odd man out here. I think Cage is deserving of the Oscar here. I think if you've seen interviews with him, this was a passion of love project for him. He wanted to make something small, never thinking that he would get the Oscar. And he gives it his all, and it's great. And I think I remember watching it when I was younger too, when it was out. And it's the rawness that you're saying, I think felt raw at the time. But if you're gonna revisit it now, it feels a little bit too over the top for such a deep subject, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes his performance takes me out of the heaviness of the scenes that he's portraying being drunk and suicidal. But with that, I think where the movie really, really, really shines, and I think it is more worth of his Oscar than any drunk scene that he portrays in the movie, is his scenes with Elizabeth Shue.
Mhm.
Their chemistry, as you said, Randy, is phenomenal.
Yep.
It's phenomenal. Uh, you're the Oscar man, Randy. Did she win an Oscar for this too?
I think she was nominated.
She was nominated, right?
Yeah.
If she didn't win, she should have won.
Right.
Because when the
Yeah.
scene that comes to mind is when she asks him to go to a doctor. You should really see a doctor when they're together, and he says no, that he doesn't need it. He's kind of in denial.
Mm.
You feel her heartbreak, and that really cuts the scene with a butter knife. It
Yep.
really does. And those scenes with them, and they're such broken people, and at the end, there's no resolution. They're two broken people that kind of remain broken. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if it's a spoiler, but it's been a while.
I think you're good. You're
And
good.
I think those scenes is
Mm.
is the Oscar worthiness of the whole movie and for Cage. But I think there are movies that portray the disease a little bit more realistic, more mainstream. An older movie that comes to mind is one of my favorite actors, Jack Lemmon, in of Wine and
Oh
Roses.
yeah, great movie. Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And it's his take goes both swings. Really, just playing it safe, drinking at work, and then really going nuts in his wife's garden, so or like even Denzel Washington in Flight, like
Oh
there's
yeah.
some subtlety in drinking too. Not to say that Cage wasn't great in the movie. Not to say that he didn't portray a good man of the bottle. He did, and he did very well.
Yeah.
But for me, what really took this movie home was his chemistry with Shu
Mhm.
and their scenes together. That blew me away more than anything else.
And so I want to mention that Shu was nominated for Best Lead Actress, but
Okay.
she lost to Susan Sarandon for Dead Man Walking, which is another phenomenal film.
Phenomenal film, but I think
Yeah.
Shu lost out in this. I mean, this was her. Like, I mean, it separated her from Adventures of Babysitting,
And Back to
right?
the Future
Back to the
too.
Future.
Back to the
Right, right,
Future,
right.
right, 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 right. So,
And there was another movie that tackled alcoholism as well. This one's a little bit older. It's from 1945. called The Lost Weekend with Ray Milland.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's another great one to, if you guys have not seen it, it's fantastic.
This film has been on my watch list for a very long time. And, like, we're talking about since middle school. That's how long.
Mm.
And to finally see the film, I was not disappointed in it whatsoever. I won't go into detail about my personal life, but I had been around one or two alcoholics in my life, and I was really surprised how well this film captures it. Now, there is a suspension of disbelief required in this film,
Hmm.
considering that the film is also written by an alcoholic. His name, which is John O'Brien, who,
Mhm.
by the way, wrote an episode for the Rugrats, just for the record. And no, it is not the episode where Tommy is off the milk bottle. It's actually Toys in the Attic.
That's
But I
funny.
digress. That's one of
That's
my favorite
funny.
episodes from the show. But getting back to the film, the thing is, I did have trouble buying at first that Elizabeth Shue would hook up with Nicolas Cage. I feel like, this is definitely an alcoholic's fantasy. Like, you definitely feel that in the writing. But when these two are together, I buy it. I buy their chemistry. That's how
Mm.
strong the acting is. The characters don't feel like stereotypes whatsoever. They feel like real people.
Hmm.
They feel like people you probably met or seen before in some shape or form. And I love the directing in this film. In fact,
Yeah.
this is an independent film,
Yeah.
because they didn't want Hollywood to call the shots on how this film should be. And my guess is this film would have had a Hollywood ending if keeping spoilers to a
Mm.
minimum, if Hollywood took control of it.
Hmm.
And actually, a lot of scenes were shot without permission on the
Oh
streets of
yeah.
Las Vegas, which I overall love the Las Vegas aesthetic. I just love the grittiness of it. I like the sleaziness of it. I
Yeah.
love the complexities of these characters and their relationship. It's a film that I just really wish I saw sooner. This is really one of the best films, and in my opinion, Nicolas Cage's best movie by far for me. And I'm not
Up
just
there.
saying that. I really mean that. Like, I
Yeah.
used to be very partial with Moonstruck, but how he really depicts this alcoholic, how, like, sleazy, worn out, backed by a very compelling script that also has a lot of subtle details in the storytelling, particularly in the first 15 minutes. It's a chilling movie that really just haunted me and disturbed me in the ways it was supposed to. And Elizabeth Shue, she is just as phenomenal as Cage. She really just takes this
Yeah.
film by storm. I really can't
Mm.
believe that this is the same Jennifer that I've seen in Back to the Future 2 and 3. She's just incredible. Heck, even in what was that film? Hollow Man. I can't believe
Mm.
Right.
that they're the same shoe.
Did we
So,
review? Well, we reviewed that together, right?
yes.
Yeah. Not a
Even
great
though I liked her
movie.
in it better than you did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like that movie, but that's another episode. Uh,
Right.
this
But yeah,
no,
those are my overall thoughts. Those are my
love it.
shortened thoughts.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Leaving Las Vegas is definitely Cage's best drama that I've seen. He's probably done some really, I mean, I know he's done like, Pig was fantastic. He's done some other great things. So many films, it's hard to keep track of. Chris,
It's
yeah.
no, it's just it's like I'm trying to think what my favorite Cage movie is, and it's really hard for me. It really like
Right.
I kind of put him in these different buckets,
You have to.
so
You need the buckets.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, you do. But if I had to, I would say like adaptation's one of my
Okay.
favorites of his. Yeah,
Nice. And we just have a few minutes left, but I did want to squeeze in
yeah.
one more movie. I just want to hear your quick thoughts on 2000's The Family Man. Brett Ratner directed. He did this, I think, right after or a year after Rush Hour, and
Mm,
he liked the script. Originally, Curtis Hanson was attached, but he bowed out to do Wonder Boys, which I absolutely love. But The Family Man is kind of a modern take on It's a Wonderful Life or like A Christmas Carol,
exactly.
kind of like The Road Less Taken or the Road Not Taken. And yes, Tyler, I'm sorry, you were.
No, 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 no. I was just gonna say a little bit of
Oh,
both of A Christmas
yeah.
Carol and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blend of both of those stories. Kind
Yeah,
kind of like what if, I think that the tagline on the poster was what if. And basically Cage, it opens with Cage as kind of like this big shot Wall Street guy, very corporate, very regimented and serious. He has a Ferrari, he's got like a penthouse apartment in Manhattan. And then he basically meets I guess, God or kind of like a guardian angel. It's a weird.
Guardian Angel.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, overnight, transforms his life to make him believe or feel like he's living the life of a suburban dad, married to his high school or a college sweetheart, who basically he abandoned when he took the Wall Street job, the Wall Street career. And Taya Leone plays his wife in the movie, and she's just adorable. She's very good in this. And again, the chemistry is strong in this movie, and that's kind of the main highlight. That plus Danny Elfman's really twinkly, magical score. This is among his best scores ever. It's kind of like Edward Scissorhands in that respect, with a little bit of the Peter Parker theme in
Hmm.
Superman. It's just a great score. It's not the best movie. It's very syrupy and sweet, a little corny and cliche at times. But
Mm.
overall, I really enjoyed it. I actually watched it for the first time this weekend, and I enjoyed it
Oh
thoroughly.
wow.
I would revisit this. So yeah, Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. It's a solid movie. It is a modern adaptation to A Wonderful Life, and it is. I mean, it's solid Cage. But it's also, I would say, one of, if not the most pandering to the audience, movies
Hmm.
that he's done. Where it's you, Randy, you've been spot on both of you guys, but Randy, you've been spot on with like your descriptions and
Oh,
your thoughts with these films. But like Syrupy Sweet is a nice description with this because
right.
it is. It's just you feel safe with Cage, you feel safe with the
Yeah.
story. It's a very safe movie, and there's nothing
Hmm.
wrong with that. And because we get a lot from Cage, like I feel like for every Moonstruck or for every pig, for every dream scenario, if we get a family, the family man, or it's fine because
Yeah.
it's good to have a safe Cage in there because that's a unique choice, that
Yeah.
Cage made, so that's fine. But it would be kind of disappointing if we got a lot of these under his belt. So I'm glad that he's not that type of actor. That said, it's a fine movie. It's something that you could definitely revisit. You could watch with the family.
Yeah.
You could take some pointers from, like A Wonderful Life. He plays Jimmy Stewart, a modern day
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart, almost kind of like in reverse, where he's has it all and kind of loses it and tries to get wholesome a little bit more.
Right. Right.
So yeah, yeah,
And also,
Well,
there's a scene at this party that they go to in their suburban friend's house, and he's wearing a sweater, and his hair is slicked back in a way where he looks identical to Jimmy Stewart. But
yeah.
that was a slight moment. But yeah, overall, he's kind of like the modern day Jimmy Stewart in this movie.
actually, I disagree with that. I
Oh,
think he's
Ooh,
he has a bit of George Bailey. He has a bit of George Bailey. I'm not
yes.
denying that claim.
okay.
But I think this is more along the lines of what if Scrooge or Mr. Potter relived a moment that they missed out on that
Okay.
cost them for their wealth. That's
Hmm.
what it feels like to me because I didn't find anything likable about Cage in the first half of the movie.
Well, yeah,
Hmm.
he's kind of like
Like
this,
he's not exactly putting people out on the streets or anything like Mr. Potter or Scrooge, but he's still not exactly a man of high morals.
right.
Yeah.
At least not until the guardian angel tests him for
And
that.
and I'm sure people watching and listening right now, a lot of them probably have not seen The Family Man. If you have not seen it, I don't want to give away the ending, which is wonderful. Uh,
Hmm.
it's very grounded in reality. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So guys, we are out of time, but we have just enough time for some plugs. And Tyler, I'm gonna start with you, sir. Anything going on that you want to talk about?
Yes, as a matter of fact, on my blog, Tyler the Movie Maniac, um, this holiday season, I have posted my top 25 favorite Christmas movies that are honestly the ones that I am safe to say that these are not going to be topped by any other. Christmas movies. I had to make a few exceptions when making the list. Like, for example, I feel like A Christmas Carol should have its own list, so I didn't include that. Didn't include any television specials or shorts. It's just purely movies. So if
Okay.
you love Christmas, if you're looking for some recommendations, or if you just want to hear my thoughts on probably one of your favorite Christmas movies, definitely check it out at Tyler the Movie Maniac.
Perfect.
Tyler, where does Die Hard fall in this?
Number five.
Nice.
That's
I
nice,
had to
That's
nice.
put an alternative
So
Christmas film
there's
in the top
no
five.
argument. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
that's pretty high up on the list, I'd say.
Well, yeah, I put it there because I had to put at least one alternative Christmas film in the top five, and I feel Die Hard's the best representation of that category.
Nice.
So,
Love it.
Nice.
All right, movie maniac. Chris, sir, how about you? What are you working on? Anything
Yeah.
fun for you?
Yeah, no, I am a writer for, if you're in upstate New York, the capital region, I'm a writer for the Metroland Now. You can find me in print and online. So very, very excited to be there.
Well, that's awesome. And as for me, you can check out Under the Radar on Slam Radio through Sirius XM channel 145. And that's Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 5 a.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Eastern. And the video version of the podcast is on Manhattan Neighborhood Network every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And as always, feel free to subscribe to the Under the Radar YouTube channel and share the love. So, Chris and Tyler, thank you so much for our first episode of Rattling the Cage. Hopefully, we'll have plenty more of these, and we have plenty of cage performances to go through. So, I think we're set. We're good.
let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
down
it.
for it.
Let's do
Love
it.
it.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's the
We need
greatest.
more, we need more of your impression,
I
Randy.
know we need more cage. I mean, wow. We'll find some good ones. But yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much for tonight. This is great. And yeah, I'm Randy Unger. This is Under the Radar. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.